All right. Hi, everybody. I'm Louis Balla, partner here at Nuage, joined with Glenn Saunders, who runs our Stratus team here at Nuage. We are going through a web series today. We'll be talking about performance optimization with respect to NetSuite, some of the insights that we saw over 2023. In 2023, we conducted a comprehensive analysis of over 2,000 NetSuite work packet tasks submitted by our customers. Our objective, of course, is to continuously refine and enhance our managed service offering. I'm joined by Glenn Saunders, as noted. Glenn, thank you for joining us today. Let's jump into performance optimization. What are you seeing? What did you see? Where are we going?
Yeah, I think with performance optimization, a lot of times we are coming into customers who may have been implemented by someone else, or, you know, to be honest, we see, I'll call it the Wild West of, because I know Suite script, let's just write a script for it. And you have a lot of complexity and um, things that may not be written in the best fashion from that perspective. So we've done a lot of fine tuning of some of these scripts within the Stratus program, helping optimize them, kind of bringing, got a script here, a script there. They do very similar things and kind of bringing them together and helping get customers understanding what customizations they have, why they have them, or maybe they don't even need them. And there's other ways of handling the processes, which boost the speed and how NetSuite responds when you ask something, when you're doing something within the application. Been doing quite a bit of that with our customers, and then also on the system integration side, maybe there is a better way of consuming those APIs or bringing the data into a staging area and then processing the data natively in NetSuite using managed queues and things like that we're doing within the Stratus ecosystem to help our customers get better performance out of the NetSuite system. Because as you know, Louis, I do a lot of the demonstrations working with your team on the sales side. There's nothing worse than clicking a button in NetSuite and waiting. Nobody likes that. So
Yeah. And I think that brings up a good question of just the nature of where NetSuite used to be prior to OCI. What are you seeing with the enhancements of OCI beyond being more interconnected worldwide? Things speeding up. What are you liking? What do you forecast in the next year?
I think one of the big things that I've enjoyed is some of the new data abstractions that they have. I've done a lot with the analytics workbook. It's funny how understanding how they're abstracting that data now, so you can get better access, better reporting, better visualization using that tool. That's not specific necessarily to OCI. I think with the OCI stuff, it's just more availability and more localized data centers. I think, as you know, when we started, there were 4 or 5 data centers if we were lucky, and now they're at 28. So what that means for a lot of folks is that they're not having to relay 1,000 miles across the country to the Ashland data center. They're accessing it right there in San Jose. They're accessing it in Seattle, in Boston, Chicago, right? So they're just reducing that latency. And I think one of the bigger things that we'll see is the newer technologies. I know NetSuite talks about generative AI, but the bait capture, right? The OCR stuff, not necessarily specific to the infrastructure, but just the access to the Oracle capabilities and the software and technology that they have, that they're bringing to the mid-market, that typically has been reserved for $500 million, $700 million, $1 billion organizations. As you see with the account reconciliation, the PBCS, the analytics warehouse, all those types of things that you can now layer in on top of the technology stack to create that full-fledged picture of your business.
Absolutely. As we talk about optimization with a lot of the scripts, the configuration, kind of the mortgage-board of consultants going hog wild with that initial implementation. How do you guys on the Stratus team usually go in and kind of uncover, peel back the onion, and what do recommendations usually look like over a 6-month, 12-month sprint?
Yeah, so a lot of times it's triage, right? I'm not, and think an emergency room patient, they come in, they've got an immediate problem that they really need solved. So we really start with customer led. What's the most important thing to you? We look at business impact, but ultimately the customer tells us what's the most important. I think that's the biggest thing is we may think this is the most important thing, but the customer is going to tell us this is what we really need to accomplish. And we build the prioritization list and say, here's all the things we see that we think need to be resolved, and here's why. And we work with the customer to prioritize that list, saying, okay, and we just start chipping away. And it's a continual process. Things may move up or down the list. New things may crop up as we learn more about what's going on in the organization or changes. Had a customer who came to us and was implemented by NetSuite, not as effectively as we had hoped from what some of the stuff they had in their system, scripts and workarounds for sales reps and things like that. Well, they launched a new business line that's growing astronomically, and it functions completely different. So we're looking at how do we help them set up that business for success in native NetSuite, as opposed to going and buying a third-party platform to do more robust project management and task management within those projects. So, again, within Stratus, we really focus holistically on the entire customer, from strategy and vision to the blocking and tackling of, I need a workflow built for X, Y, and Z, or a script or a report. It really runs the gamut of the type of service that we offer.
Yeah, I appreciate you sharing that insight. To our listeners, we'll continue this series and we'll be talking about security and compliance next. Thank you for tuning in, and we hope to talk to you soon. Thank you, Glenn.
Yep. Thank you.